going to we're going to dip into one of our bricks, get a preview of one of the bricks that we're going to be discussing tomorrow. But we have the speaker here tonight who is going to speak on one pillar, one brick, which is community. We have the pleasure of having William B. Marshall, the executive director from Stop the Violence Pittsburgh, who has been doing work. Oh my gosh, that man has been doing so much in this city. But we have the pleasure for him to come here tonight, speak and bless us with some words and speak to us a little bit about community. Please welcome William B. Marshall.
Well, hello, everybody. And the people I don't know, hello. So I am not a public speaker, just to let you know that from the gate. But I got a call about 2 weeks ago from Reverend Monroe telling me, I need you, not can you, I need you to go up there and speak about community.
You're voluntold.
So, yes. So if you know Reverend Monroe, nobody says no. I told him I had to go out of town, but we adjusted our schedule so we can come to speak today for Reverend Monroe. So let me tell you about my introduction to Henry Highland Garnet. We started me and my wife right there, Margot. We started an organization called Stop the Violence Pittsburgh in 2013 after two of my cousins got murdered. And when two of my cousins got murdered, I said, well, what can I do to try to help curb violence inside our community? So we came up with the great idea of starting an organization called Stop the Violence Pittsburgh. And in my previous life, I'm a promoter. I used to promote events, parties, concerts, things of that nature. But when I was a child, what I remember about community is that when I was growing up, we used to have all these great festivals. We had a festival on the north side. We had a festival on the hill. We had Harambe in Homewood. And it didn't matter nowhere where you lived from. If you lived from the hill, you could go to the north side. If you lived on the north side, you could go to East Hills, or you could go to Homewood. And it was always this family there. So my brilliant idea was, we're going to start a Juneteenth Increase the Peace event. So that's how we started our first Juneteenth, 2013. And in 2013, we had 13 people. And we were so happy just to have 13 people. And we kept on going. So by 2015, before we were going to do our annual Juneteenth, I was invited to the Heinz History Center by Sam Black. He's the director down there. And he told me, before you do your Juneteenth, you got to come down here and check out my exhibit. He has a great African-American exhibit. So as I was going down through the exhibit, and I'm just looking around, I came across this big poster. Poster was this a gigantic poster. But the poster identified a parade held here in the city of Pittsburgh. And it was called the Jubilee of Freemen Parade. And the parade was held in 1870. And when I looked at the poster, it gave us the history of the people that put the poster together, the parade together. Who organized, how many committees, all this other stuff there. And I was so inspired by that, I said, we got to try to bring that back. And that's how I first learned about Henry Highland Garnet, because he was the organizer of this parade. That he came to the city of Pittsburgh, I think in 1868, to be a principal over on the north side at one of the first black schools over there for black people. And he organized this parade. It was called the Jubilee of Freemen Parade, and it was based on the ratification of the 15th Amendment and the right for black people to vote. So during this parade, after I did some more research, I found out that they organized 5,000 people from across the country to march in Pittsburgh through downtown, up to the hill, back downtown, over to the north side. And then they stationed on the north side in one of the parks over there, and then came back to downtown. And I found that to be so phenomenal that this man in 1870, the height of slavery, or into slavery, but in the height of repression and oppression, that 5,000 people would come to Pittsburgh and march in this parade. And then I got with the society here. I met the great John Ford, one of our great historians, who brought me into the society to talk about organizing this parade. And we organized this parade together as a unit. I think the first parade we had about 50 people in the parade. But here it is, it's 2026, and last year they said we had 3,000 people in the parade. Yes. And our Juneteenth, they said we had 75,000 people, yes, starting from 15 people and 20 people. Yes. But that's the organizational aspect of trying to do these events in the city. By bringing everybody together, it doesn't make no difference who you are, what religion, what creed, what color, because in the 1870 parade, it was a whole slew of white people that marched in this freedom parade. It was Native people who marched in this freedom parade. It was black people who marched in this freedom parade. So it was the whole community. So that's what we're trying to do, and we've been in partnership with this society and with this group and this organization since 2016. They have been pillars. When we didn't have nobody to be in the parade, they have been pillars in our events and trying to make sure we do something for our community. So that's my experience with Henry Highland Garnet, and that inspired me to try to do something now. Thank y'all. I left our community pillar.
Yeah, we're going to create some symbolism throughout the weekend. And since we have we discussed one brick today, we're going to have Mr. Marshall place that brick, and we'll add on to the bricks tomorrow.
See, I told you I'm not a professional speaker. I forgot the brick. So we just created a brick, a community brick, and they're going to talk about more tomorrow. Thank y'all.